Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the new farm bill, uh, which is already approved by both houses of parliament, waiting for presidential visit. And also, now as per the existing system, agricultural product marketing committees (APMCs) are created as a conduit between consumer and farmer. The purpose of these APMCs is to stabilize the prices and to ensure that farmers get a suitable price and consumers also get suitable price, and their products at suitable price, and there is no imbalance. But what has actually happened as per this in the existing system, farmer has to necessarily sell his products through APMCs. APMCs are governed by elected bodies, but dominated by commission agents. Commission agents who dictate the terms to the farmers. We have seen on various occasions when farmers had to sell the products at a very cheap prices, and then wherever they never felt like selling at such a low prices, they had to discard their abandon their products just like that, thrown on the road, etc. Farmers are also committing suicide because of the ring formed at the market committees. Now, these bills. So, in this backdrop, there was a demand from the farming community and farm leaders of the farmers, that just as industrialists are able to decide the price by their product, farmers should also able to decide the prices for their product. This long pending demand of 70 plus years has been resolved by the new bills. Now let us check the bills one by one. Three bills which are likely to be receiving the assent of the President of India, and then we will discuss. First bill. This first bill, actually in this connection I would like to also to tell you one thing. Production is important. Marketing is also very important, because after so much effort and so much investment, the farmer is not able to get the remunerative price. He will not survive. That is why so many suicides are happening in various they are subject to vagaries of nature, like floods, etc., and unremunerative pricing of the farm products, etc. So now we will see these three bills pave way for proper marketing of the agricultural produce of the farmers. Now we will discuss three bills, salient features in very brief detail. First bill is on agricultural markets. Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion Facilitation Bill 2020. The provisions to create an ecosystem where farmers and traders enjoy freedom. Both farmers and freedoms enjoy freedom to sell and purchase of farm products outside the registered mandis under states APMCs. So, as per the existing system, they are necessarily to conduct these operations only in the mandis. Now, according to the new bill, they need not sell through not only through mandis, they can sell it outside also. So this is not compulsory that they should sell through mandis. To promote barrier-free interstate and intrastate trade farmers produce. See, now they export from one state to another state. See, movement of goods from one state, they are not allowed. In this bill, it is allowed. Now, from one state where produce is more, the prices are not same in different states, so farmers can do it. Send products from one state to another state where the price is higher. Now, in the new present scenario, wherever the products, the information, free information is more abundant and free information is available, they are able to do this. To reduce marketing and transportation costs and help farmers in getting better prices. Bill is intended to help farmers to get better prices. Farmers can engage in direct marketing by eliminating intermediaries. The prices of the farm products, if we observe, farmers are able to realize only 20 to 30% of the ultimate price paid by the consumer. This is because of the various intermediaries like wholesalers, commission agents, and then retailers. So if any of the channels are cut, both consumer and farmer will be benefited. Now, we will see what is the opposition. First bill, states will lose revenue because states may lose revenue because if for like market fees, etc. They won't be able to collect mandi fees. Farmers sell their products registered. Now, the government says that the intention is not to do away with the market committees in total. They want to strengthen market committees by providing information. Now, what happens to commission agents? Now, another question is, what happens to commission agents? See, in every state, there are 25 to 30,000 commission agents, depending on the size of the state, number of markets available. These are the people who decide the price every day morning. They form a ring, they decide the price. The farmer has to sell the products at this. Not only this, they have to, there are so many malpractices like measurements, etc., price fixation, etc. The price is kept low by all of them by forming a ring till all farmers sell their produce, and then the price will go up. They like it. Now, another concern is what happened to this. Now, one more fear is that minimum support price (MSP) system may be done away with. Minimum support price is done away with in a phased manner. But government very clearly mentioned that MSP will continue. The farmers end up getting more than MSP also, because once the MSP is fixed, when they sell outside or when they outsell the market, they can have it. Now, this forming of ring by commission agents is not possible. Now, second bill, Farmers Empowerment Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Bill. This is regarding contract farming. Now, where there are so many people, so many fragmented farms, small holdings, they are around 86% of the farmers are small and medium sized. So they will not be able to do this. They will not, now they come together, they get to, they form an agreement, they come to an understanding, they enter into a contract with wholesalers and other intermediaries like big retailers, etc. So, marginal small farmers of land less than 5 hectares to gain via aggregation. They can aggregate their products. Come to an understanding, they come to form a cooperative society, and then they can send them to through these so big retailers at a predetermined price. Please understand, the price is predetermined here. So you are for sure how much you are going to get. Now, the opposition is farmers in contract farming agreements will be weaker players and others may dictate terms. The sponsors may not like to deal with, mutually multitude of small and marginal farmers. Being big private companies, exporters, and they will have a edge over this. So this is the opposition. Now, what we see, what the objection, what is the, this is the opposition expressed by leaders. Now, in reality, what happens? They are more strong by forming a local cooperative society, local cooperative producers cooperative society, or marketing cooperative society on their own in their own village, or they can sell directly to the ultimate consumer if possible. So if it's not possible, they can enter into an agreement with this aggregators. Now, third bill is Essential Commodities Amendment Bill 2020. It's no longer a bill. It's already passed by both the houses. Provisions to remove commodities like cereals, pulses, oil seeds, onions, potatoes, etc. from the list of essential commodities. It will do away with the imposition of stockholding limits on such items under extraordinary circumstances like war, except under extraordinary circumstances like war. So that is Essential Commodities Amendment Bill. Now, actually what happens? There are limits on holding of stocks of these items. Now, they need not there are no restrictions except they can hold any amount, any limit, until they get a good price, they can hold the stocks. There is no problem. But exceptional situations like war, government may intervene and restrictions may be imposed. To bring investment for farm infrastructure like cold storage. Now we understand real farmers know that there are shortage of facilities, storing facilities like cold storage, modernized food supply chain, etc. To help both farmers and consumers bringing price stability. To create competitive market environment. For farm products. Opposition. Price limits for extraordinary circumstances are so high that likely to never may not be triggered. and holders may, the opposition is that holders may have a this recent decision of the government of India on exporting ban on onion creates the intention, the doubtful intentions about the government. Now, if we understand, as already told you, the farmers can only are able to realize only 20 to 30% of the retail price paid by the consumer. The rest of the money is absorbed by intermediaries like commission agents, mandis, wholesalers, and retailers, etc. Now, cutting short of effective supply chain will both customers and the leaders will gain. The opposition, see, now the main people affected by this are not farmers. Farmers are, they continue to be protected by the MSP system and also market systems. But any alternative avenue is provided to them. Now, these players are short-lived. See, anybody, the persons who are really losing are commission agents and state governments. State governments are losing their revenue. Now, real farmer, they can sell their product wherever they want, for whatever price they want, over and above MSP, and they can deal with in an organized manner. They can form an organized manner. They can deal with multitude of things. So it appears that the fears of the opposition are unfounded. Only 6 lakhs commission agents are running this association, and farmers, because of their background of not having knowledge of the various things, they are misguided by the leaders. One more problem for farm leaders is that they don't have any other issue to take up. If 70 years demand is fulfilled, or where they can. So now let us see politically. Let us analyze the decision in short. Farmers are now free to sell their product anywhere they want. For any price they can do it. They can aggregate themselves into this thing. There are no stock limits. Foreign infrastructure is invited by way of cold storage infrastructure, like investment will bring cold storage and facilities, storing facilities, etc. Thus, farmers will be benefited. It may take 10 years for all the things to release, but from the first year itself, results will keep showing. This bill is going to help the farmers. Certainly, this will be a revolutionary bill, which may be likened to our demonetization. So, please try to understand the farm bill in right perspective. Any movement, if the fears are, if any problem appears, it can be amended by way of some other act. Thank you very much. Thank you for this. Please subscribe to my channel for more views. Your views on this are welcome. Thank you very much.